Hello, Pam.
Hello, Marcy.
You look like you're sitting in the exact same spot.
I think I am. But now we're having a sugar rush.
Yeah, I was actually craving salt, so I just had a few very salty corn chips. But I am ready to talk about sugar. I have my handy dandy emergency s'more kit sitting beside me, and my s'more marshmallow toasting fork.
Very good. Well, I have a Trader Joe's molasses cookie. Jude, there. Thank you, Jude. Jude brought me these from Pittsburgh, so.
Nice. Well, in a pinch, if you did not have a graham cracker, any type of cookie would make a good outer layer for a s'more.
Ah, yes. I've seen people do things like chocolate chip cookies.
Yes. And I think that's what we're going to talk about, right? As we're talking about it's called the sugar rush because during this portion of the extra give, it's being underwritten by Hershey. And for folks who give during this hour of the extra give, there's a chance that their donation could be matched with an extra $500 from the Hershey Corporation. So if you haven't given yet and you want to give now, and with the potential that your donation could grow to the foundation, log on to the extra give and search for the Pennsylvania Parks and Forests Foundation,
or just go to our link.
There's our link. But we thought because s'mores are almost synonymous with camping, that perhaps we would talk a little bit about s'mores. Pam, do you remember your first s'more?
I don't. I was a Girl Scout way back in the day, so I imagine it might have happened at some Girl Scout camp somewhere. Although, in my recollection, I didn't have a very outdoorsy Girl Scout experience. I was in one of those troops that was more indoor, which, that's the way it shakes down sometimes. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, in fact, it would not surprise me that you had the experience with Girl Scouts, which is probably where I remember my first s'more was as a Girl Scout. And then I know we made a lot when I was a Girl Scout leader. But s'mores are actually synonymous with Girl Scouts because that's where the tradition started. Much like Gorp is. And if you're not familiar with Gorp is good old-fashioned raisins and peanuts, and it's a trail mix. But that is a Girl Scout thing as well. So I did a little research today, like looking up some trivia relating to s'mores, and I put together a little PowerPoint that I'll show right now. So let me see if I can get that up. Screen share. Share screen.
I'll have a bite of cookie.
Sorry, let's see. Application window. Ooh, I got to get to the right.
I see a preview.
All right, let me get to the beginning of it. Slideshow. Start from the beginning. Can you see it?
Oh, I guess I need to add it to the stream, I guess. There we go.
There we are. So let's talk about s'mores. S'more definition is a noun, a dessert consisting usually of toasted marshmallow and pieces of chocolate bar sandwiched between 2 graham crackers. They think they were as early as 1925, although the first recorded recipe was in 1927. In the Tramping and Trailing with the Girl Scouts. So a few s'mores facts. The largest s'more weighed in at 267 pounds. And I'm trying to visualize that. I couldn't find any images of it. And in 2016, 423 people gathered in Huntington Beach, California to make s'mores. Now, I don't know if this is the world record or not, but it kind of had me thinking, wouldn't it be fun post-COVID to set the record for the most number of people in one place making a s'more?
That would be great. Hey. Before you go any further, I don't think that your screen advances when you advance, because we're still looking at Joe roasting.
No.
Yeah, that's what happens when I link on websites when we're sharing them. If I click from one page to the next. It doesn't follow the click. So
Oh,
you have
yeah.
to, you have to share it page after page after page, which is kind of a bummer.
That is a huge bummer. Let me stop sharing because Joe wasn't even the beginning.
Oh.
I've got some great pictures. Well, I am just disappointed.
Well, speaking of sharing great pictures. It's not the only kind of s'mores there are. Here's our friend s'mores.
Yeah, wonder how we do this.
This is one of the cutest dogs in the universe from a very good friend of ours who posts pictures of his baby girl having all kinds of adventures, more adventures than I have.
Yeah, let's try this. Let's go to the first fact, and we'll just have to keep flipping back and forth, I guess. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, if you put the first one up, and then I'll share that, and then you can move to the next one, and I'll share that. It's a bummer, but,
Yeah.
We're flexible.
Except it's not advancing. It's still showing the old. That's the Google photo. It's not even showing. There it is.
Okay.
So do you see some more facts?
There's some more facts, yeah.
Let's try this. Let's see if this works. So what do you see now?
I see a graphic with pictures of s'mores.
Okay, so we're good. So now is it working?
Yes, although it's cut off on my screen. I'm going to pop over to our Facebook page and see what people who are watching see. If anybody's paying attention out there, let us know in the comments if you're seeing the full screen.
So the largest s'more we talked about. So here's something that was like, oh, the average s'more contains 9.9 grams of sugar. So stick with one. S'mores means some more. And marshmallows are pretty common now, but the original marshmallows were made with mallow root and the sap from the mallow root. And the sap from the mallow root was used in ancient Europe and West Asia for soothing sore throats. So eating a marshmallow was actually like taking some medicine.
Oh.
This I thought was interesting. Graham crackers were thought to squelch lustful longings and were actually invented by a Presbyterian minister to cure carnal appetite. So they were made from unsifted whole wheat flour. Another key ingredient in a s'more is the chocolate, and Aztecs were known for their chocolates. The cacao beans were used to make gifts for the gods. And Malomars, a Nabisco cookie launched in 1913, and moon pies, which were invented to be an easy dessert for coal miners, came before the s'more, not after the s'more. So there are also some facts relating to who has had a s'more. 87% of Americans have tried a s'more. 31% of Americans have only had a s'more cooked over a campfire, and 41% of people in metro cities haven't even tasted a s'more before. So you get them out when it's safe. And
Can you make your screen just a tiny bit smaller? So I think
I'm not sure how I make it smaller.
It's cutting off just the edges.
That?
Yeah, at least that way it's visible.
Okay. And then 60% of people think the melted chocolate is the best part, and 63% of people have never tried a s'more or want to try one. And we put up a Twitter survey to see how people like their marshmallows, if they prefer them to be toasted or burnt. And that's still going, and we'll let you know in a day because it's going to run for a day. And that's at PPFF Marcy. That's my Twitter account, and that's where the survey is running. So let's talk about making a s'more. This is Joe. Some of you may have met Joe this morning, and he is toasting a marshmallow. But if you see, one of our tricks that we like to do is, see the graham crackers sitting there on the edge of the campfire with the chocolate on top. Because I am one of those people that think the melted chocolate is the best part of the s'more. These are obviously Joe's because they're milk chocolate. I prefer dark chocolate myself. Oh, now I have to click this way because it's different. So one of the best things about making a s'more is eating it and enjoying it. And I don't know if you can see it, but Joe has chocolate running all the way down his face. You can't be concerned about your appearance because s'mores can be very messy to eat. So let's go back. Toasted marshmallow, chocolate of some sorts, and a graham cracker are the three key ingredients in a s'more. And people would kind of vary, you know, based on how they like their marshmallow. This past summer, a friend of ours gave us one of those jumbo marshmallows. They're like bed pillow size. And we find that you can make 3 s'mores out of 1 marshmallow. So they're a little big. This is our technique for removing the marshmallow from the fork so that you can very carefully get the marshmallow onto your graham cracker stack without messing up your hands. So you're looking from left to right, just kind of use your upper lid as a tool to slide the marshmallow off your fork. And then a good proper s'more is using goodness of melted chocolate and marshmallow. Again, you can't worry about your appearance when you're eating s'more. And in our case, our dog likes to stare because she would love to have one, but they're not good for her. Now, when I was looking on the internet, I found lots of different recipes for s'mores. Wow. You know, this one, as you can see, it's from delish.com, and they have 64 different ways to make a s'more. And these aren't just graham crackers and chocolate and marshmallows. There's a lot of different things. Like this is a caramel apple s'more. And they had one for s'more cupcakes, a little graham cracker on the bottom, chocolate cupcake with a toasted marshmallow on top. This was s'more nachos, which was graham crackers with melted toasted marshmallow and chocolate swirled on the top. There's a s'more cheese ball, utilizing graham crackers to scoop it up. And how about this? S'more banana bites. Bananas dipped in chocolate and then dipped in graham crackers with a little marshmallow fluff. So, I mean, the options are unlimited, and it's just, you know, you use your imagination. This was, I thought, kind of fun. And we've done this at PPFF is, you know, microwave or toaster oven s'mores. And this is just, you know, chocolate chips and baby marshmallows put in the toaster oven and, you know, put the cap on. We've made them with the microwave, marshmallow and chocolate, and then microwave it for a little bit. Pam, you mentioned at the beginning that you had a molasses cookie. Is that, am I right? Was it a molasses cookie you had? Pam, are you there? Oh, well, I think Pam left. So if you're missing an ingredient, you know, if you don't have graham crackers, not to fear, there are other things you could use, such as saltines, chocolate chip cookies, butter cookies, snickerdoodles, chocolate sandwich cookies, really anything. It's truly up to you and your imagination. And then I found this, and that is the s'more song. If you've ever seen On Top of Old Smoky, all covered with cheese, I lost my poor meatball when somebody sneezed. This is like that. So on top of my cracker, so yummy and sweet, I'll put on some chocolate to make a good treat. Then comes the marshmallow, so sticky and soft, and then one more cracker, so it won't fall off. I put it together, so gently I press. If I squeeze it too hard, it will make a mess. I'm ready to eat it. This thing called a s'more. Oh my, it's so yummy. I think I'll have some more. So I'll let you sing that in your own head. I don't want to put my voice singing that.
I was about to sing. Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'll do it. On top of my cracker, so yummy and sweet. I'll put on some chocolate to make a good treat.
Now, if that doesn't bring in the donations, I don't know what will.
Oh gosh, yeah, what will?
Am I allowed to use this moment right now to make a confession?
Yes.
I don't really like marshmallows.
Well, you know, it was interesting when I was looking at the statistics. There were a fair number of people who do not like s'mores because they don't like particular ingredients in them.
Okay. Well, my ideal is, you take that graham cracker and you take that dark piece of chocolate and you melt it and then you smear it with peanut butter and you mash it together. So for me, the peanut butter takes the place of the marshmallow.
Let's see what I have in. This used to have a little thing that said emergency s'more kit on the top. It has s'more emergency. I think it got torn off. So I have my honey grams. In this case, they're from Trader Joe's. And Pam, we always have Reese's Reese's peanut butter cups in there.
Excellent.
We have both milk chocolate as well as special dark, because I prefer dark chocolate. We've got different size. We've got the little size. We've got the big ones. And then there's always some type of marshmallow. And then I said these are a little sticky and old, but if you haven't seen these, look at the size of this marshmallow.
Oh, my heavens.
And truly, it will fill three s'mores.
That's very cost effective.
Well, if you don't like to cook them, it's nice. You only have to cook one.
That's good. Yeah. Or you just slice a little bit off. Maybe that little bit of marshmallow, I wouldn't mind. That.
Yeah. I've made marshmallow once. That was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
And we have an extendable fork.
Oh.
That stores really nicely, but keeps your fingers away from the fire. And I remember when one of my stepsons was younger, he was flinging and he had his marshmallow on here, and the marshmallow flew and it landed on his brother's nose.
Oh.
Burned his nose. So, there is a level of safety that you have to take when you're cooking marshmallows. Don't fling it, don't touch it, and alert people as to where you put the fork, because it's either hot or it's sticky. So, I think that's important. So, but it was interesting. More people in northeastern United States have tried a s'more, followed by people in the northwestern part of the United States, and central U.S. Fewer percentage of the people have eaten a s'more.
I wonder why.
Yeah, I don't know if it's temperature or the fact that we often equate Hershey's chocolate with s'mores, and we live in the Hershey capital.
That could be.
I was actually last year down in Shepherdstown, West Virginia. It was for Thanksgiving weekend, and they had the streets blocked off, and they were having a big holiday celebration, and they had a giant s'more pit, and it was a fundraiser for the local fire company, and you gave them a $5 donation, and they gave you a little s'more kit and a stick. And you could stand there around this giant fire pit and cook your s'more and assemble it, and then have a walking s'more as you went and participated in some of the other events. It was very cool. It was a great way to kick off the holiday season.
Yeah, that's a kind of a universal thing. Here, I have an oldie but goodie for you.
There.
There's me and Marcy and Lisa, our former bookkeeper, back in the day when this was all there was of PPFF. Look how young we were. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, actually, I have brown hair.
Yeah, so do I. And Lisa is always ever youthful. So.
When people are really into s'mores, I'm thinking about our store. We have a s'more hat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Do you have those pictures?
I probably do.
S'more tester, I think it was.
At the very least, I have the website. I think we had a couple of masks too there for a minute before the masks all sold out.
Yeah, we placed an order for more masks today. So
cool. Excellent. Yeah, here's the beanies. know how big I can make the window. Let's just see how big can we make it. There we are. Official s'more tester, and the s'more the merrier in count them, 2 colors.
Also have the hike. I love the hike one.
Yeah. Yeah, those are really cute.
Yeah. So does anybody have any questions about s'mores? And why we're talking about s'mores, because, oftentimes when we're camping, we utilize a campfire to make a s'more. I think it's really important to mention the importance of campfire safety. And by that, I mean, when you are finished with your campfire or when you're leaving your site, please extinguish your campfire. As campground hosts, we would go around as people were leaving. And so often, even during the droughts, people would leave their campfire burning. You should extinguish it. And when you put your hand over top of the coals, you want them to be cool to the touch. We're all stewards of our public lands. And if we take this one step to ensure the safety of the park and the visitors of the park, it would make a huge difference. So please, when you're finished with your fire, if you're going to bed, if you're going for a hike or you're checking out, make sure that you've extinguished your fire completely. And also, utilize the fire pit. Don't just build it anywhere. If there's a fire pit available, make the fire within the pit.
And we're doing our part to create more fire pits with our campground enhancements project that's also in our store.
Yes, we just ordered 30 of them for Cohen's Gap.
Oh, excellent.
Park. We're going to start ordering some of the other things from the campground enhancement as well.
Very good.
And the campaign is still live, but for people interested in supporting that, but it's going to make a difference in your camping experience.
Your donations through Extra Give and through the store and through our website do an awful lot. So we are very grateful for the many, many things that your support can do all across the Commonwealth. So
absolutely.
If you have a few dollars, we have a way to put it to work. And a lot of people who are very grateful for it. So
yeah, and again, I think, we mentioned it this morning when we were on, we want to thank anybody who took action from our action alert as it related to the Keystone Fund and the Environmental Stewardship Fund. Right. I don't believe that the budget is finalized just yet, but right now those funds are not ones that are under consideration. So they heard your calls, they listened. So, never underestimate the power of your voice.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. We give everybody an opportunity to weigh in. So
what's that?
We do like to give people the opportunity to weigh in and be heard. So take advantage of it. And speaking of which, the Take Action site on our website is there anytime. So even if we don't have an active alert, you can always fill in your address and send a message to your representatives very quickly on any issue that you have. So it's there for you to use. And I think that's
to share a story, hey, I visited X, Y, and Z park, and it's important to me because or I went to the X, Y, and Z forest, and this is why I believe our investments are important. I mean, those are all the kind of stories that make a difference.
They'll become used to hearing from you, and you'll be one of those valued constituents that you're a go-to when they need an opinion. So,
yeah. Most excellent.
Most excellent.
Well, I feel like I need a little sugar rush myself right now. It's a nice long time.
It's the Friday afternoon lull.
Yeah, you don't get the best Marcy around 3:00. That's my slump time. I'm a morning person through and through.
Well, I had a nice walk here earlier, so I feel kind of energized, but it's a beautiful day outside. So anybody who's just waiting around for us to finish so you can go outside and play, don't wait.
No,
You can
no,
watch this later.
I did it out. I took the dog out.
Ah,
I went for a walk over lunch, and I've been loading my car because tomorrow, if you're in the Harrisburg area, we're going to be doing a reverse parade, and that's where the floats are stationary and people drive by in their vehicles. And so I've been loading all the things. Our exhibit, our float, is going to be a winter campsite. So I was loading my tent, fire ring, all the things that we need to be ready for that. So I thought, wow, the sun was shining. That was a good use of my time to.
it's going to be what, 55 degrees tomorrow. So I'm going to keep my, I must have left it in the car. I had my nice winter hat to wear. So I think maybe I can skip that.
Well, I have my PPFF winter hat, so I think I'm going to wear it.
Oh, good. Very good. All right.
Yeah.
She's suffering for her art. That's wonderful.
That's it. Always for PPFF. I got to go grab a few sleeping bags yet and put them in.
Oh, good.
So if you are there as you drive by, yes, say hey. People aren't allowed out of their vehicles, but I assume you can have your windows down at least to wave.
Do the royal wave.
Say, hey, we might be making s'mores.
That's
That's for the next place for the kit. It's going into the car.
very good. Wonderful. Well,
All right.
no comments from anyone. So I guess you're all s'more experts. You don't need our help after all. Doggone it.
Well, we would love, if you are watching this or you watch it later, is post your favorite s'more recipe. If you'd like to do something different or you have a particular chocolate you like to use, let us know.
And don't forget to go to Marcy's Twitter page and let us know about the burnt or not burnt, or as I said, well done or medium rare marshmallow.
Perfect.
Cool.
All right, everybody. Well, it's good
Shall
to
we
see
say
you
au revoir?
Enjoy the weekend and be safe.
Take care.
Bye.